Hello everyone, Samara here, Monday at 7 p.m. where we have another Samara Keeps It Real Estate with yours truly, your host Samara O'Neill, to talk all things real estate. No fluff, nothing crazy, just Q&A questions, talking through the market, trying to get inside your head and let you guys know that you're not alone in this world of navigating the market for real estate space because it's so fun. So fun. So much fun. I love it. And we're here on Labor Day. So many of you guys know, I'm going to put a little twist on today because one, it's a holiday. So happy Labor Day, everybody. I hope that you guys are having an amazing day. Hope you're in your backyards grilling or just spending that last few moments before school starts. Some of you already started, my down south folks. Get ready for back to school. I have one of mine starting tomorrow. So yeah, I'm on it. All right. So I'm going to put a little twist on it, right? Because we make a little bit of fun. But, I just got back from the city. Yesterday we were in Broadway, had a good day. We walked around, looked at the sunsets, did all the things. And even the Great Gatsby himself made a cameo in my day. I know, right? But it got me to thinking, right? The things that, you see all the time, the mansions, you're walking through the city and you're thinking about people are just chasing the vision, the dream, the hopes, the status, the luxury, all the things that I think sometimes we equate to lifestyle, but also how that ties into the world of real estate. And I love every bit of it, right? It makes us remember why we do what we do. So I'm walking through the city yesterday with my crew, and it's good because I'm looking at all the buildings because I love real estate. Brownstone, what do you think that one's going for? Hey, what do you think you get for that one? So it does really just kind of stay ingrained in you all the time. But when you're seeing all of it and you're looking at the vision, you start wondering, is it a cautionary tale the way he did it, right? Like, it's a great vision, but he builds it for the wrong reasons, right? It was status more so for stability, right? And I want you guys to make sure it doesn't get lost in the sauce when we're looking at houses because it is not hard. But when you're looking at everything, you want to make sure that you understand that you're doing it for the right reasons and that you're looking to build generational wealth for yourself and for your family. And you're not just feeding your ego, because it's always cool to be keeping up with the Joneses. And then mortgage comes in, you're like, how am I going to pay this? Who I got to sell or do something to make sure I get the payments in. So it's about being smart and making smart decisions and all those things. I know how many of you guys read that book and you're hoping for the ending to be different. One day, just one day, maybe the guy gets the girl. I don't know. I'm a hopeless romantic and it's so sad. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, The Great Gatsby is a literary fantastic piece of something you should read or at least watch the play or watch the movie, right? They have a couple dozen remakes of it, but it did get me to thinking about the luxury market in itself, right? The luxury market these days, guys, it's having a day, right? So I've had a couple people reach out, ask questions about what that looks like. We're seeing that they're doing a little bit better than the smart homes. They might sit a little bit longer. So it becomes really important to price it accordingly. But when you have houses that are over $1 million, sometimes take a little bit longer to move those because of people that need to be able to afford that house and buy that house. Got to be in the right place and you got to find just the right buyer. But it could definitely be done, right? So you got to think that if you're on the south side, you're going to make sure that you have your house in how they can visualize that status symbol. That's what they're going for. That luxury feel, that luxury vibe. Those who are in that luxury market are looking for all the amenities, everything being done, walking in and being finished, and just having to be able to say that, hey, I'm going to invite everybody over and they're all going to see my beautiful space. And guys, I need you to make sure you remember that it is not about the ego. It is about providing a home for yourself and building stability and making sure that you are comfortable in your space. And a lot of you guys say, I'm not your average broker, because I don't say like, hey, you got approved for $500,000. Let's go buy a house for $500,000. It's like, no, let's look at your budget. And then usually I pair off with some really, really good lenders. So guys, you've seen my referral based network and people that I'm always throwing out there all the time. I got family who's in the business. She's amazing. So I leverage her a lot to pick her brain, and they back into numbers to make sure that you're comfortable paying what the monthly mortgage is going to be. And as a new homeowner, factoring things like utilities and possible maintenance upkeeps and things like that. So guys, that is the beauty of it, right? So the high-end listings, they're always fun to move. but you got to be ready for those on the seller side as well. Budget is key. Thank you for your comments. Guys, this is going to be a fun one today. So if you have comments, you have thoughts, definitely throw them out there, because I know for those of you who like to visit the city sometimes, like I like to visit it. I don't think I want to live there. The traffic might drive me bananas, and my husband for sure. But ultimately, it's a lot of fun because you get to see a different kind of living, right? And some things work for everybody. But when I get back to my luxury people, presentation is going to be everything. Your house can still sell, it'll still move, but you got to make sure that you're being very mindful, very diligent, and making sure you understand what this luxury market is doing right now, right? And what's considered luxury versus a smart home versus just a house that's expensive. All right. I know. All right. So when I think about this tie-in with Labor Day, kudos to all of you DIYers out there, because owning a home is truly a labor of love, right? So those are my renovation guys, my weekend home lovers, where you're hanging out in Home Depot, Lowe's, and some of you could use today to work. Guilty, right? So I was making sure I try to organize a room that's not being utilized because there's just stuff, right? So it's been adding up, and then I have a day off, and it's like, oh, that's what I'll do with my day off, because rest seems not fair. After stomping around a city, but I did sleep in, so I did that part. But the labor part, guys, being a homeowner is not for the weak, right? For sure. Between paying your bills, maintenance, upkeep, presentation, organization, all those things. And then you want to back it up a little bit. The labor part of buying or selling a home, that is not easy either. Getting approved for a mortgage, kudos to you guys. But you're out there putting that labor in, putting that work in, because it's going to be able to generate some wealth for you guys for joining. All right. You're not going to be looking at just trying to figure out what to do with your funds. You're going to be looking at working hard to be able to build your status as comfortable wealth building, not beating our ego to make sure that we can look fancy for everyone else who probably doesn't even matter. So keep that in mind. But he Gatsby, he's on my mind. He's probably a cautionary tale, but again, he built the house for the wrong reasons, right? I mean, love is good, but long term. All right, so a couple questions that popped up. I had a couple ones that were pretty good. I love it. Guys, you guys love this question, and I feel like it's good to always bring it up because I feel like it shifts. And the market does what it does, and they say, are interest rates expected to drop this fall? So I know I got my mortgage people that give us some feedback all the time. We have seen a slight shift in the rates, and right now it's kind of stable, but they are thinking that they're going to be dropping again. So my buyers out there that are being hopeful, make sure you call your lenders, say, run my numbers. Is it a possibility for me? Can we make this happen? Is it going to be a thing? Looking at my time because I like to make sure I don't run over for you guys, but I still give you all my time. Ask me all the questions you need to. So it's definitely been a shift, and I would definitely say look into it. And at the end of the day, I tell you guys all the time, do not wait to buy because of the interest rates. You can always negotiate. You can always back that out. You can always, refi later. Buy when it's right for you. All right. I did a story earlier today about in the 79, it was 7.9%. And then people waited for a really long time, and they didn't see it drop again till the 90s. So don't get caught waiting, sitting on the sidelines, not building equity, paying someone else's mortgage because you're afraid of what the rates look like today. Okay. Speak with an advisor, speak with a financial advisor, speak with a mortgage lender. They can fill you with all that information. So don't be afraid. So that's a really good question. Keep watching the market. When you feel really comfortable, you're going to do your thing. If you need referrals for a lender, call your girl. I know tons of people, and I love them all. And I have one around here right now, checking it out. Thank you guys very much. So that's out there for you guys. Another question that we have. This is popular. There's usually always different variations of this, guys. So I'm glad you guys always bring it up. Ultimately, we're looking at big mistakes sellers make. And I can't stress this enough. For those of you who read my book, you already know that I'm always all about getting in front of it as much as we possibly can. Cross your T's, dot your I's. The book is great. If you need a copy, DM me, copy please, or DM book. Just DM me book. I'll send it to you guys. It's free. It gives you a chance to get an idea of all the things that we do. If you want to take a stab at it yourselves, it gives you a really good framework, backboard to kind of be like, oh, I can do this, that, and the other and be ready for the market. as you work down the list, you're gonna be like, oh, I won't do this. And then you'll just call Samara. So, so call me, and you can see some of the things that we do. We represent our sellers, but one of the biggest mistakes is thinking that you don't have to do anything in your house. All right. At some level, you need to do a little bit of sweat equity to get your house ready for the market. All right. That is the reality of it. If you want to sell your house, if you care about getting top dollars, I can definitely post a link for my book. Thank you for that. I'll put that in there for you guys. I want to make sure that you guys know that it's not just, oh, here's an MLS, you know, we're going to put you on the system and everybody's going to be able to see your property. Like, there's more to it than that. We're not going to put a sign in front of your house. The more ready you are and the way you present with your best foot forward, people are going to want to see that beauty. We're going to want to move it quickly, and we're going to be able to sell it and syndicate it everywhere. All right. So my biggest thing is, don't assume you have to do nothing. Ask the question and go out there and do some stuff to get your house market ready. All right. I know you guys hear me. I love it. All right. Let's see. Another question I got for you guys. How much time do I have? Oh my gosh, time flies when you're having fun. Just having so much fun with you guys. I love Mondays, and I know it's a holiday. Some of you guys just walked away from grilling in your backyard or hanging out with your peeps, or your last day to get some work in before getting back to the business. So thank you for jumping on. Thank you for joining me and showing me a little bit of love. Again, if you have questions or extra comments, I love the comments I'm seeing in here today. Drop them. I'm here for you guys. If we didn't get to your question today, we can always get to them next round. And I usually answer you right away anyway, but I share with the family because I feel like people should know this information. You guys ask some really, really good questions. And sometimes people are afraid to ask it. So by you asking and they hear it, they're like, oh, I could do this. Like, that makes sense. All right. I love this. Oh, thanks. I like my shirt too. So be kind. So be kind, guys, as we're all trying to navigate this world that we're in right now. Thanks for jumping on, love. All right. So I have time for another one, which is a really good one, is luxury real estate. Oh no, the way they asked the question was so good. All right. So I even got my little ones in the car thinking about real estate all the time, right? Because we just real estate families, like blends. So do I buy a car or do I buy a house? I hope he goes for the house first. Because I say, if I could tell my younger self certain things, what would it be? Right. And it would say, if I knew then what I knew now at 18, I would have bought my first house. I would have scrounged up all the money I had. I would have probably not bought a car. I would have worked and worked and worked to be able to buy something. I don't care if it was an apartment. Say I live with my parents because, you know, it's just easier. They do the laundry and, you know, be a kid. But own property at 18. How beautiful would that have been? I'd be set up for life and then save more. But yes, that's one thing I told myself. And they said, is Gatsby's mansion still a good investment? So short answer, I'd have to say no, because I feel like he bought it for status, not for strategy. And I feel like ultimately, there's a lot of different ways to put that, right? Like, you got to be able to buy it and make sure it works for you. You want the stability, you want the lifestyle, you want all the things that'll make your life just make sense for you. Oh, there's a comment in there. Buy a house closer to public transportation. I like that. It's a good idea, especially if I bought it that young. Don't buy a car. But guys, I mean, would I buy Gatsby's house today? I mean, if I had the funds, by all means, that'd be awesome. But again, luxury properties can be a smart investment, right? But only if they fit your budget, not your ego. And I'm going to leave you guys with that because I already went over, and I really love talking to you guys. If you guys have questions for me, and you know, you'll be able to see me. YouTube has all my past recordings, so you can see all of that stuff. That'll be really good for you as well. So make sure you guys lock in. Make sure you can afford it if a pandemic hits. Great comment. I love it. They saw it firsthand. We all saw it firsthand. Yes, girl, we did. We definitely saw it firsthand. So that's an excellent point as I tie it back to status, not ego, like just not doing it for all the wrong reasons. I mean, building that wealth, key. Do not get me wrong on that, right? But make sure it fits your budget. I love every bit of that. So keep checking me out, guys. If you have questions for me, you know where to find me. I am always available. I love all things real estate. Mondays, I drop my Q&As for you guys at 7. I'm here even, obviously it's a holiday. You know, I'm still here because I love y'all. Kick our week off right? Never miss a Monday. That's what they say. We try to start getting back on track. And then Tuesdays, Truth Bomb Tuesdays, little nuggets. If you guys have questions or things that I've heard or some of my buyer inquiries or my seller interactions, listing appointments, things I've heard and been like, we have to debunk this thing, put this thing to bed. So you'll see a couple of those on Tuesday, Truth Bomb Tuesdays. And they also have Wednesdays, we talk about the market, what's going on. And Fridays, our local love Fridays, we're always talking about some really good entrepreneurs. If you guys have recommendations for some entrepreneurs and business owners who could use a shout out and a little bit of love, call your girl. I'd love to interview them. And that's obviously a labor of love. I just do it for fun because I feel like people should know people's backstory when they're trying to grow a business, because being a small business owner, doing this by yourself, being an entrepreneur is not for the weak. So anytime you can get some support and a little bit of love, take it. If you guys have somebody you want to recommend to put in the queue, we have a couple interviews lined up next couple of weeks, but I would love to interview more people and hear more about them and help them grow their business. So by all means, send them my way. Thank you guys for checking in. And there you have it. Samara, another Monday night with Samara Keeps It Real Estate. Ask any questions you want, where we just keep it all things real estate, a little bit of fun, and some reality checks. See you later. Take care, guys.